Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my June TBR. Summer starts here. Have you read any of them? So, this is my third time attempting to film this because I'm having one of those days. It's the day after Mia's birthday. Everything's been insane. I haven't stopped. I've just gone and added an extra book to my Mahusive TBR, so I think there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books plus the 2 that are carrying over from last month. So I'm going to finish The Mirror and Light. Finally, I will finally finish this Mahusive book. And Catherine of Aragon for my Tudor series, which I'm bloody loving. I'll probably finish that pretty early on in the month because I'm probably going to plough through extra this month. I'm loving it that much. It's brilliant. Talk about starting the series well. But officially summer starts here. The start of June is going to be half term. So slightly stressful, but Chris is off. So hopefully it will get my reading in amongst all that. And then the rest of it, hopefully the sun will stay out. The sun's out today, which I love. I'm filming in the sun. My eyes are slightly watering because of the hay fever. But after filming my summer reads video, I thought I would add an extra book from that. It's a contemporary. You know I'm going to fly through it. And someone had recommended it. So I thought I would go from there. Start off with the buddy reads, then TBR jar, then show you the rest of my TBR. Not as organised as normal today because, like I said, I'm absolutely shattered. So let's start off with the first book that I'm buddy reading, and that is The Plays of Oscar Wilde. I'm buddy reading this with Alice from Alice's Giant Bookshelf. It's our first buddy read. She is one of my booktube best friends. I absolutely love her dearly. We've got 4 of the plays of Oscar Wilde, so we'll read a play per week. First one is Lady Windermere's Van, then The Woman of No Importance, then An Ideal Husband, and then The Importance of Being Earnest. So play per week. Cannot wait to buddy read with her. So I've got 2 classics this month, which I was supposed to go a bit easy on the classics considering that we've got Jane Austen in July next month. Okay, but it's our first buddy read with Alice and I'm so looking forward to it. Alice is an amazing girl. Then the next buddy read is another classic, one that I've been so looking forward to, and I put it off in May because I don't know why. We ended up reading it extra, so this is a buddy read with Gem from Gem of Books. 2 Gemmers in this buddy read this month. It's going to be hilarious. This is Far from the Madding Crowd, and although I didn't get on with the Woodlanders, I've been told that Far from the Madding Crowd is one of the best ones. Look at this gorgeous edition of it that I've got, which is brilliant. So I don't know much about it. I just know that it's one of his most famous works. Independent, beautiful and headstrong, Bathsheba Everdeen finds herself attracting 3 very different suitors: Gabrielle Oak, a humble sheep farmer, Frank Troy, a handsome and reckless sergeant, and William Bolwood, a prosperous and mature bachelor. Each of them in their own way unsettles her decisions and complicates her life. This is the story of Bathsheba's choices and passions as she explores the nature of love and how human spirit can overcome hardship and adversity. This is one of the classics that I've been most looking forward to. It's not too long, only about 440 pages, but it's my first buddy read with Gem, and like I said, I absolutely love her. She's so straight talking. It's going to be hilarious. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Then we've got the next buddy read, which is completely opposite end of the spectrum, and this is my YA buddy read, and this is the next in the Percy Jackson series, Battle of the Labyrinth. And I don't really know, I've loved the whole series so far. So this is about, sorry, my heap is playing up. So honestly, my blowing up. So he's bloodthirsty attack. So I don't really know what this one's really about. But it's a gorgeous copy that I've got here. It's about, this is definitely longer than the last book. And I don't know, it's about the Battle of the Labyrinth. So I wonder whether we're going to have any extra ideas in this. Don't know any more than that. Don't need to. No, I'm loving the series. No, I'm loving buddy reading with Gaia. It's going to be fun. Cannot wait to get to it. Then after my buddy read with Gemma from Read a Book Gem went disastrously last month because I didn't get on with the book we were reading, we're starting something very different. This is The Versions of Us by Laura Burnett. It's set in 1958, so that's sort of earlier historical fiction. Eva and Jim are 19 and students in Cambridge when their paths first crossed in 1958. Jim is walking down a lane when a woman approaching him on a bicycle swerves to avoid a dog. What happens next will determine the rest of their lives. Cannot wait for that. Again, not too long, I believe. Just about 400 pages. Oh, can't wait for this one. I don't know why this one's been on my shelves. I've got quite a summery theme for my colours of my books this month, and I can't wait for that. Now, a book that has only been added to my buddy read list, because I'm just thinking I'm going to have to grab it quickly, is that I've got another buddy read with Danny from Danny's Book World, and I love Danny. She's my booktube twin. So we last minute decided, this was going to be on my TBR anyway, because I've been looking forward to it. The Mrs. England by Stacey Halls. Now, you know that The Familiars is probably one of my favourite books of all time. Bloody loved it. And now the Foundling was alright, but then we got this one, and I bought it at Christmas for myself, for the New Year, as a cheering up gift. There was a faint clink, and suddenly a light appeared in the doorway that was opening wider. A woman stepped out in her dressing gown, hanging a loose over white nightdress. I froze, and the woman did this too, wearing an expression of such bafflement. The thought I'd got the wrong house together. Mrs. England, I said. This is one of the most gorgeous books I own. Look at it. Hardback books are gorgeous, but I know it's going to be a bugger to hold. It's only just over 400 pages. It isn't long. It's set in West Yorkshire in 1904. With a newly graduated nurse, Ruby May takes over the position of looking after the children of Charles and Lillian England, a wealthy couple from the powerful dynasty of mill owners. She hopes it'll be a fresh start she needs, but as she adapts to the life in the isolated Hardcastle house, it becomes clear that there is something not quite right about the beautiful, mysterious Mrs. England. Buddy reading it with Danny, can't bloody wait. I really don't know which order I'm going to read these in yet, but I am so looking forward to this one. Now, let's see what the TBR jar does to me. I'm going to move my other books after that. Now, the TBR jar was a bugger. The Warhorse was alright. It was 3 stars. It was kind of 2 or 3 stars. I can't remember what I rated it. It was alright. But let's see how the TBR jar is going to do this month. It did really well the other month. Mix them around because I don't want it to be. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to try this one. Please let it be a long book. Yes! A middle grade! Yes! The Train to Impossible Places. I love the TBR jar. You've smashed me out. This is a middle grade book, which I've been wanting the TBR jar to pick me for blooming ages. The Train to Impossible Places by P.G. Bell. Middle grade. Yay! I love middle grade. I need middle grade. 370 pages. I don't care. Where impossible becomes possible. When Susie hears a strange noise in the middle of the night, she creeps downstairs to find a train roaring through her house. But this is no ordinary train. This is the magical delivery express for the Union of Impossible Places. Whisked on board by a troll boy, so Susie's world is turned upside down when she's asked to deliver a cursed package to a fearsome sorceress. And quite suddenly she realises she's at the fate of impossible. She has the fate of impossible places in her hand. Yay! Can't bloody wait! The TBR jar did it, and I'm not making it up. Look, it really did it. You can read my handwriting. So, that's my TBR jar book. I think I've got excitable enough. Now to show you a couple of my series books. First of all, I've got my book for the Anne along, which is Anne of Ingleside. I won't tell you too much about this because obviously it's part of a series. This is my probably least favourite cover. So Anne Shirley is now a mother of a few children, and I'm not going to tell you anymore. She's got 6 lively children in this, and Gilbert's maiden aunt comes to stay with them and peace is sadly strained. Do not want to tell you too much because obviously it's a series book, but looking forward to it. I loved Anne's House of Dreams, and I'm really looking forward to this. Then we've got the next series, which is A Nightingale Christmas Wish, which I'm reading a Christmas book in June again. So this is Sister Blake is revisited by her past. We've got the lonely Helen Dawson. Oh, so Helen's in this one. She has new responsibilities and trials, but she's looking for love in the wrong places. When Matron puts Nightingale first, even for her own health, and war is looming large, will Matron and the Nightingale survive? This is Christmas at night. Can't wait for that one. Love that series. Blooming loving it. So we've got Helen in this one, so that's really fun. Another book that I'm really looking forward to because it's summer at the Beach Street Cafe, so it's obviously summer book in summer, and we're going back to the little Beach Street Cafe. And Polly is getting a life. Doesn't she get doodah? One of those doodahs. Yeah, I'm typical. So she buys a lighthouse. I'm making no sense, but like I said, I'm exhausted today. So her bakery is going well, and then she decides to buy a lighthouse, and let's just say it doesn't quite go to plan. Really looking forward to that one. I know I love that. It's a reread. Then we've got my Page Toon buddy read. You know I love Page Toon. This is another one of the summer books, The Sun in Her Eyes. I don't remember this one very much, and I think Danny sent it to me. And this is Amber was 3 when a car crash stole her mother's life. She doesn't remember the accident, but a stranger at the scene has been unable to forget. Now, almost 30 years later, she's trying to track Amber down. Amber, meanwhile, is married to Ned and living on the other side of the world in London. When her father has a stroke, she flies home to Australia to be with him. Away from her husband, Amber finds comfort in her oldest friends, but her feelings for Ethan, a gorgeous green-eyed man she once fell for, has never been platonic. As Amber and Ethan grow closer, married life in London feels very far away. Then Amber receives a letter that changes everything. The car accident thing might be a bit triggering for me, but Sun in Her Eyes is gorgeous. It's a summer book. It's Page Toon. You know I'm going to love it. All her books are 5 stars. Now for the book that I kind of decided last minute to add to the TBR, because it's The Summer Seekers by Sarah Morgan. I'm not going to talk to you too much about this book because I talked about it in my summer reads video, and some people have actually said they've read this and loved it. So we've got an 80-year-old protagonist, Kathleen, who wants to go off on an adventure, but her daughter Liza is drowning under the strain of family life. And then you've got Martha, who's having a midlife quarter crisis, and they end up going on a journey together. Don't want to know too much. Yes, it's a summer book. Yes, it's contemporary, and bloody hell, it's a big one. But I know that I fly through Sarah Morgan's books, so I can't wait. Then another summer book, getting there, and that's It Started With a Secret. Again, I spoke quite a bit on this one in my summer reads video, but Lainey has lost everything. Luckily, one fib, quite a big fib, helps Elena nab her dream job. Soon she's living in a stunning house by the sea, fending off obsessed fans for a retired, if not far from retiring, actor, and organising his charming but chaotic life. Looks fun, looks good, look forward to reading that. Now we've got the books that aren't obviously on any TBRs, these are just my extra ones. The first one is my non-fiction book of the month, because you all know that I read my non-fiction. This is one that I've had for a while. I got it, I can't remember whether I got it in the charity shop or whether I got it from the works. But this is about Auschwitz, and I need to tackle more of these books because I know that although they're hard-hitting, this one was all over butchy at one point. And this is about Gustav and Fritz Kleiman, a father and son in an ordinary Austrian Jewish family when the Nazis come to them. Sent to Buchenwald concentration camp in 1939, they survive 3 years of the murderous brutality. Then Gustav is ordered to Auschwitz. Fritz, desperate not to lose his beloved father, he insists he must go too. And though he's told it means certain death, he won't go back down. So it is a father and son bound together on the train board to the most hellish place on earth. This is going to break me. So I think this is going to be one that I'm going to be reading at the same time as a couple of my contemporaries, because I know that although it's hard hitting and although it looks long, a lot of the back is indexes and stuff. So this is one I'm going to need to be gentle with myself reading. I know that I will need to take care because I know those books break me. The next one is a Jojo Moyes book. I fancied this one. It's a gorgeous copy. I love Jojo Moyes' work. This is one of her contemporaries, I believe. Liza McCullum will never escape her past, but the unspoilt beaches and tight-knit community in Silver Bay offer freedom and safety she craves, if not for herself, then for a young daughter. Until Mike Dormer arrives at the guest house in her aunt's hotel, and the peace of Silver Bay is shattered. The mild-mannered Englishman, with his too smart clothes and disturbing eyes, could destroy everything that Liza has worked so hard to protect. Not only their family business, but the bay that harbours her beloved whales, but also her conviction that she will never love again. Looks gorgeous, looks summery, and looks really good. So now for my thriller of the month, I went for a Lisa Jewell book again because I love Lisa Jewell books. And I've gone for The Girls. It's kind of, I picked up because it's kind of got quite a summery book. You live on a communal garden square where your children run free. You've known your neighbours for years and you trust them implicitly. You think your children are safe, but are they really? Midsummer night and a girl is found unconscious in the dark corner of the garden. What happened to her and who is responsible? This looks exciting and thrilling. Don't want to know too much about it, but I know I love her thrillers. Then a book by one of my favourite authors that Chris let me buy full price because it's one of the only ones I don't own. and this is Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemner. I have read the second in the series of this book, and I wanted the first, so I got it. Juliet Young has always written letters to her mother, even after her mother's death. She leaves letters at her grave. It's the only thing that helps Juliet cope. Declan Murphy is the kind of tough guy who you wouldn't want to cross. While on community service doing landscaping at the local cemetery, he's haunted by the ghost of his own past. When Declan finds a letter beside the grave, he can't resist writing back. Soon he is sharing his pain with the Pope strangers. Except they're not strangers. When real life interferes with their secret life of letters, Declan and Juliet discover that truth may tear them apart. This is brilliant. Then lastly, a book that I've had on my shelves for a while because some people have been speaking about it over Butchy years ago, and I wanted it. But this is probably my one that I'm not sure if I'm going to like. That could well be DNF'd. I don't know why I'm putting it on my TBR. But this is historical fiction, but it's had really mixed reviews on BookTube. It's set in London in 1893 when Cora Seaborn's husband dies. She steps into a new life as a widow, much with relief as Sand is. Retreating into the countryside with her son, she soon encounters the rumours of an Essex serpent, a creature folklore say has returned to roam the marshes. I don't want to know too much more than this. It was apparently one of the best booksellers of the year in 2016. It's chunky, it's about 400 pages. It looks gorgeous, but it is my one that I'm not sure about. So, what do you all think of the TBR that I picked? Have you read any of them? If you have, let me know in the comments below, but don't give me spoilers please, because I don't want to know, but just you can kind of give me hints if I'm going to like any of them or not, because I would really appreciate. Are there any of these you think that I should read at the start of the month? Any of these I should leave to the end? Let me know in the comments below. These books I am super excited about. Again, I love summer months. It's good for my need, this weather. The sun just literally brightens me up no end, and I blimmin' love it. So I can't wait. Obviously, this is one of my only non-readathon months. I'm not committing overly. I'm literally setting myself, because next month's Jane Austen July, and I'll be mixing up my classics with that. So yeah, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.